afternoon, everyone. This is Maeve Bob. In this month of January, I have come to you in your various houses with an education on cervical cancer. I explained what cervical cancer is, I explained the causes, and I talked about the signs and symptoms. Today, I'm going to talk about how to screen, how often to screen, when to screen, and the prevention. But before that, I want to assure you that if you are showing any of the signs and symptoms that I talked earlier on, kindly come to the hospital. There's much that we can do for you. And if you come early, we'll be able to treat you, even you can get a cure. But if you don't come early, there's not much that we can do for you. That's why we say early detection saves lives. So I will go on with the screening. So there's a screening method which is accepted internationally. It's recommended by the American Cancer Society, it's recommended by the WHO, and it's recommended in Ghana as well by the Ghana Health Service and the Ghana Ministry of Health. So that test is called the pap smear. That test, when you come, we are going to take a swab of your cervix and send it to the lab for the lab to check if there is the presence of human papilloma virus in your cervix. So it is recommended that every woman who is sexually active, note the word sexually active, should get this test. The reason being that at first we used to put an age to it. We will say from age 20 going or age 21 going, you should check for you should have this screening done. But I realize that a lot of people are having sex and they are not even 20. So we've made it such that so far as you are sexually active, there is the chance for you to get the human papilloma virus. So as every woman who is sexually active, you should have this pap smear done at least once every 3 years. At least once every 3 years. That is if you are sexually active. Another issue is that if you continue to do this test, let's say you started being sexually active at age 20 and you continue to do the test, you reach the age of 65, then you should stop and do it at least every 5 years. The reason being that you have tested but there's no you are always negative, that there's no virus. So once you do it for 5 years and there's no virus, then you go to every 10 years. So if you have done the screening for, like you have reached age 65, you are 70 and you do another one in the next 10 years, you should stop doing the screening because it's been proven that you don't have the virus. Another thing is that a woman who has done hysterectomy, when we say hysterectomy, it means the removal of the whole uterus. Some people can remove the whole uterus and they won't remove the cervix. So if you've done a hysterectomy and they did not remove your cervix, you can continue screening. But if you've done a hysterectomy and your cervix has been removed, there's no need for you to do pap smear because there's no cervix that any virus is going to attack. Another thing is that if you did the hysterectomy because you had cervical cancer, then you need to screen again. You need to screen at least every 3 years or 5 years because yours, there was the presence of the disease. So I'll continue with preventive measures. Someone might be asking herself, I know it's bothering a lot of people, how do I prevent myself from getting cervical cancer? Well, it's simple. Avoid getting human papilloma virus. If you don't get human papilloma virus, you don't get cervical cancer. And then the question pops up, how do I avoid getting human papilloma virus? That one too is very simple. Let's avoid having sex at a very young age. So this goes to our children. But I know that most of the children don't have smartphones, or they are not allowed to go on Facebook by their parents. But I know the secondary school, high schoolers are mostly on Facebook. So what I'm saying now is that if you are exposed to sex at an early age, it increases your chance of getting human papilloma virus. So as parents, as guardians, let's try and help our girl children. Teach them well. Teach them about the dangers of having sex early, so that they don't go and contract this human papilloma virus. Another thing is, as a woman, if you have multiple sex partners, that one too, it will increase your risk. So if you reduce your sexual partners, that is, have one partner or faithful partner at a time, then your risk of what? You will prevent yourself from getting cervical cancer. Another thing is, if you are a married man, or you are somebody's boyfriend, or you are a man, you have a woman as a partner, please be faithful. Or if you are not faithful to the lady, it means that when you go and have sex with multiple women and come back to your woman or your wife, and those women have the human papilloma virus, you are going to transfer those human papilloma viruses from those women to your woman. In my first video, I said human papilloma virus can be transferred through sex. Yes, the male partner can transfer the human papilloma virus to the female partner when he has sex with somebody who is already having the human papilloma virus. So if you want to avoid contracting human papilloma viruses, then we need to be strict or disciplined with our sex life. Avoid having sex early. Avoid multiple sex partners for both women and men. Another thing is to avoid smoking and avoid alcoholism. Smoking and alcoholism, it will weaken your immune system. I've said it earlier on. When your immune system is weak and you get the human papilloma virus, it can cause the disease. But if your immune system is strong, you can fight certain types of the human papilloma virus. And the last thing I want to say about prevention, now thank God there's a vaccine for cervical cancer, and so young women or young girls can go in for this vaccination. But before you are vaccinated, you'll be tested to see if there's the presence of the virus before they will vaccinate you. Or if you are a virgin and you haven't had sex before, then they can go ahead and vaccinate you without being tested. So the key word for the vaccination is for young women who are not sexually active to go and get the vaccine. Or if you are sexually active, test. If you are negative, then you get the vaccine. And so let's all help. Let's all help. Share this video. If you are watching it, share it so that your other female colleagues can also hear it. Let's make some noise about cervical cancer because it's killing women. It's killing women. And remember, early detection saves life. Ebusiafo me mama ha. Me pamucho me bob ni. Mo oncology nurse specialist. January opepon busumi me de education and antwetwe efa kukwam yare a eto awode ano abrem. matremu adekora saya wi eye ne kwan e nam so a ebetimi di aba ne a eba de be ma wo hu se nsentrani ene ne ye be ye wa be ma wo hu se kokram yawe ebi ayew ana ebi ya ayew ene me be kasa fa ekwan a e be fa so a ebetimi hu se sa human papilloma virus mwa wanketinketa ye fa ye ni hu a omde sa yawe ibe ebi aba ya wo de anu ana na nsa no meka se be video edikan me pacho se won hwe ya komi page ne so e wo ho dikan akohwe no because wan akohwe no a won ti enkomo na se yi enti meka se ensentrani ne ne ya me church ye wo me video ba ko no se bia won se bi ye wa me pacho tumika bra ayare sabia na ye nhwe ma o na mua bebre wo ebetimi ya ma o ebetimi so wo bantem a yetimi so ano yetimi ma treatment yie yetimi ma ye waduro yie ema ebi wo kora etimi ko na emom se wa mantem na wotena ho na eduro akira wo ba kakra bi na ebetimi aye de aya ma enti na ye kasa ye kasa se wo bantem a yetimi ye de eje wo kwa maka no awie no na me be kire ekwan ya be fa so a ye be hu se sa emwa we efa ye new hu e friend human papilloma virus ebi ewo wa wode anu ana eno no udi kan hu saa ade na ebe ma hu se ebi adachi metima nya saa ya we bi ana adachi nya de minya bi de tie ne se ye wo test bi ayeye saa test e friend pap smear na pap smear de tie nyina ne se ye de ade ewura wa wode na no na ye de asawa anase ade ate apa wa wode na no bi na ye yini de akola na ya hwe se moa wani bi wo ho ana ena me kyerem se obi bisa se oba ebreben ana metimi akoye saa test anase nsohwe yi bi de tie ne se oba biara woni bema enya nkitahudie oba ne bema nhie mu oba bia woni bema hie mu ubetimi akohwe wa wode ano na ya ne yeka se fiti mfie aduonu ba akoko ena nipa dodo na ehwe na ewo se anye bia no mfie miense bia usumi kohwe wa wode ano ba ako enti ubetimi ahwe wa wode ano ekopem bra 30 years ubetimi ahwe wa wode ano ubetimi ahwe wa wode ano mfie miense bia kopem bra ubenya mfie aduasanum na wonya mfie aduasanum ko no a eno ya ne yeka se ewo hia se obehwe no mfie miensa daabi betimi ahwe ne mfie num na wahwe baako wohwe mfie num de anyi wi a na wahwe mfie du so baako na wohwe mfie num na wohwe mfie du na ni nyina no eba se emua wani bi ni wa wode na no a wotimi jai afei se wo yoba na yeyi wa wode yeyi wa wode na emum yenyi ano na eno no ewo se wo hwe na se wo yoba na yeyi wa wode ayi ano ni nyina ene die ehu nhia se wo behwe ubebusam se bede me hu se me koyi ma wode yeyi nyina me pa acho ubetimi akọ doctor pro na oye saa operation no wo bisam se doctor me pa acho na no me be operation eyi ma wode no uyi ano ne ka ho ana nto ka so uyi ano ne ka ho de a na ne ehu nhia se wo behwe wo be ye saa test ya ye ken na mom ebia na de ntie yeyi wa wode no na ye kokram ya we ata wode anu ibi enu nti na ma yeyi wa wode de a me pa acho ono so obekoso akọ hospital na mfie miensa brano wahwe wa wode anu me pa acho nti we be bisa se ekwan be so na mefa mebo me ho ban se de be ya sa kokram ya we a eto awode anu minya bi de tie ne se ekwan ne de edaho de tie ne se wunya sa virus na e fe human papilloma virus no anase emmoa na ede saa yare ne ba no ebi mmeyo obebusa say ekwan be so na mebo me ho ban a emmoa ne bi mmeye me de tie ne say me di kaka o me video ba ko nim say akwada o sha ase ne mmema hia ntem a e mana kwanya se obenya saa mmoa ne bi eden ekosoro enti mesere ye manne ye maya nketua na e hwa ase no ye nkyerehwe wo se woni be madan ntem a sunsun sanso se de be ya omo betimi ako omo ho na omo ne be ma enantem ti se akwada a osua abaya efedu baako efedu mienu kopem tam obenya efedu nwotwe se woni be ma na sa ya emmoa wei ebintimi emma na wode ano afei oba a woni emema dodo eda eno so se wote emema dodo ne so emebeka ba ko a wakwanya ne kofom wakwanya no ebe kofom kra be ma wo so wutie a wo so woye masem e wo yere so ana woye masem e wo ho kanyi so se wo so wote ema ne so na wo mama ne nyina akọ na e ka wo ho kanyi nko a na wo yere nko a ebe boa ama wo ho kanyi no saa emmoa ya ye ka wo masem a ye fa ye new HPV virus no ebi entimi emeye no sanse saa HPV virus no enam ana be ma fa no de akoma oba enti se ye bomodin na ye hye ye ho so e wo nemu a ebe ma saa yare ya ye ka ano asem kokom yare a eto awode ano etimi abrase afei jot no anase taa no enye jot nko a smoking bitimi num wi obitimi num jot obitimi nim nyema bebre cigarette no se no so ye tiso a ebe ma akwanya na akofom ensa bro se ye te ensa bro eni ensa no so a eno so ba ma yakwanya se benya saamwa wani bi anase sa akokran ya eto awode no akọ efom sane se wono musa wono jot a wonkwamu afita na moja mu afita na eko yare no aya na emane kofom se kofom so a yare bi awrem a etimitina enuti na yesre se jot no manase smoking ne nsano no e wo se ye jai kra de etie ni se ye de aduro bi aba a ye vaccine etimi bo emma ho ban a emma oba no so wonya wo saa kwanye ni bia onya saa kokram yare eto awode ano enti dawura ye bo ne se ye mama ya no enketua no yemfo monko ayaresabia na yenko wo on saa vaccine ni bi afei oba a woni be mada so ubetimi awo saa kwanye ni bi na emom so obewo a de se edi kan hwe awode ano na yemu se mo ni bi ni ho asana ya wo pane no na obi a oye obabu no anase oye virgin de on de oba a ebetimi awo no pane no wa bra ya nhwe sanse woni be me bia enai etimesrem mo mayen mo kokram ya re eto awode ano ihu dawuro yi na enko efise ekum emma enti se wo hwe saa me video yi a me pa cho share like me page me visible biansa the oncology nurse specialist na share sancheche ya me dia bay na wo bia ntb. So today I will end the video here, and this ends the education on cervical cancer. So I thank you all for listening to this education, and I hope that you have taken a lot from it. Kindly like my page Mavis Gobiansa on Facebook and on YouTube so that you will get more of this education in subsequent months. The month of February is the National Month for Cancer Prevention. So in February, I will be coming your way with ways and lifestyles that we can do to prevent ourselves from getting cancer. Mepamocho yadisua ana nchechre fa kokram yare eto awode anu no ye de besi ha. Na de tie ne say me pese wo like me page me Elizabeth Biansa e wo Facebook any YouTube. Said a bear and should be a metal aso a me de beba no ubenya ho mfaso February bo so me aye besim no ɛyɛ bosome a yɛde asi hɔ sɛ yɛde bɔ yɛ ho ban afiri kokram yareɛ ho. Enti February bosome mɛyɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ afa ɛkwan a yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛbɔ yɛn ho ban afiri kokram yareɛ biara ho. Ennuane a yɛbɛdi ɛbɛboa yɛn, yɛabrabɔ kwan a yɛbɛfa so a yɛnya saa kokram yareɛ a ɛtɔ awodeɛ no ho bi. So this ends our video and our session on cervical cancer. Thank you all for your attention. Bye.